The Redwirds were red hot in game one of the series yesterday. Let's hope Los Pointy Boots in their blue uniforms can cool them down in game two. Welcome to Sod Poodles Baseball. I'm Stephen Carey, joined by Chris Carey. It has been a tough stretch over the last 2 weeks. Now it's time to get back on track.
It is time to get back on track. Yesterday, a tough one. The Sod Poodles came all the way back in the 7th inning. A 5-run 7th inning to get it to 9-9. Unfortunately, Matt Koperniak and company were too much for the Sod Poodles to handle in game one. But that's why there's always another game. Here in game two, you have Slade Ciccone on the mound, the rest of the defense lining up. It's going to be an exciting game for the Sod Poodles. I just feel it.
All right, Chris, it's time for our opponent lineup, brought to you by Prestigious Pools. Break it down for us.
Mike Antico will lead off in DH. Mason Wynn in the lineup for the first time this series. The first time the Sod Poodles will see him playing shortstop. Nick Dunn playing second and batting third. Jordan Walker cleaning up and playing center field. Matt Koperniak moves from right to left and bats fifth. Nick Raposo behind the plate, the best Springfield hitter on the road, will bat sixth. Chandler Redmond, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Justin Torner will bat eighth and play right field. Errol Robinson will play third base and round out the order.
All right, Chris, now it's time for our defensive alignment, brought to you by High Plains Chiropractic.
Diaz, Barossa, and Enriquez in the outfield. Forbes at third, Alexander at short. Welcome back, Blaze. Tim Tao at second, Tristan English at first. Nick D'Alessandro behind the plate for number 9 prospect Slade Ciccone on the mound from the right side.
Right side of the infield are new guys. Left side of the infield have been here all year. Speaking of guys that have been here all year, Slade Ciccone, 5-4, 4.27 ERA, gets ready to fire in the first pitch to Mike Antico, the left-handed hitter. Here it comes. It's brought to you by Cacique. Popped him up. Tyquan Forbes in foul ground, finding it, still tracking, and will make the catch over his shoulder for out number 1. 86 degrees, 7:09 p.m. That's your time and temp, brought to you by Toot and Totem.
One pitch, one out, Stefan. That's not bad. Now you bring up Mason Wynn. A little bit more about Slade Ciccone. In his last start, got the loss in 5 innings against Frisco on August 4th. 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, a walk and 5 strikeouts.
Mason Wynn now up. First pitch fastball at 96, misses outside, 1-0. Wynn batting right-handed. 279 home runs, 33 runs batted in. This is the first time Amarillo's facing him. 2 balls and no strikes. Wynn was one of the Cardinals representatives for the Futures game in Los Angeles. You can see their lineup on the screen. Ciccone working from behind, the 2-0 pitch, the kick and fire, here it comes. This one's in for a strike, 2-1. It's good for Alex Nash, who's behind the plate.
Ben Engstrom at first, Jake Bruner, the crew chief, at third. Copa night, gotta love it.
Both teams repping their Copa uniforms. Ciccone from the windup, 2-1 pitch. Wynn cracks one foul to the right side, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cardinals are posing as the Cardinals de Springfield. Sod Poodles, Los Pointy Boots stay Amarillo.
Get those at shopsodpoodles.com or at the Sod Poodles team store located by the left field gate.
Ciccone's 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Great pitch to Wynn at the top of the zone, 83. Got his first man. Now it'll be Nick Dunn's turn.
Slider up top. That cart caught the top part of the zone, the outside corner. Good for Ciccone. Get his confidence there. Only a few pitches, 6 thrown, has retired Antico and Wynn, and now faces Nick Dunn, who had go-ahead home run in the 9th inning last game.
Nick Dunn has been a superstar. First pitch fastball misses to him. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Dunn on the year, 285, 6 home runs, 31 runs batted in. You have to be careful, though, with 2-out situations. 4 runs came in to score in the first inning with 2 outs yesterday for the Cardinals. 1-0. Fisted to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs, scoreless in the top of the first inning.
And Ciccone on the year boasts some good numbers. 5-4, 4.27 earned run average, 92 2/3, 44 earned runs, 23 walks, and now 88 strikeouts.
Ciccone's 1-1 offering to Dunn. Line shot into center, that drops in. Good piece of hitting, he barreled it up, straight away to center. Cardinals have a 2-out base runner in the top of the first.
And Dunn had a first inning base hit, had 2 more hits, 3 runs scored. It seems that you can't keep this guy off the base paths. You know who you can't either? The guy coming up to the plate.
This is about the last guy you wanted to have to face in the top of the first inning with a runner aboard. Jordan Walker, the number 6 prospect in all of baseball. First pitch to him. It's in the dirt, smothered by D'Alessandro, 1-0.
And you don't mind the slider there from Ciccone, especially in some ways you're pitching around Jordan Walker, who hit the ball 3 times very hard. One almost left the yard. His last hit went 114 miles per hour on a straight laser.
And 114 might have been generous there. From the stretch, the 1-0 pitch coming to Walker. Fouls one away to the right side, 1 ball, 1 strike. And you mentioned Walker's 3-hit performance. It wasn't exclusive to just him. 3, 4, and 5 in the order, the exact same as it is today. Dunn, Walker, and Koperniak all had at least 3 hits yesterday. Talk about contributing as the heart of the order.
Like you said, that's why they're in the heart of the order, the middle of the order, because they provide the spark.
1-1. Walker fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jordan on the year, 302 with 12 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Playing center field today, the 2nd straight game, his 2nd in his career at center. Ciccone from the stretch. Here comes the 1-2. Gets away from D'Alessandro. He might have a play at second. Here comes the throw. The tag is applied, and diving in safely is Dunn. See how this is scored if it's a wild pitch or a stolen base.
I think it's a wild pitch, no stolen base there. Just got away from Ciccone. Slider. D'Alessandro did great to keep it in front. Yep. Dunn barely beat it, but that is the cannon that D'Alessandro has there.
Infield shifted to the left. 2-2 count for Walker, who now has a runner in scoring position.
Different approach now.
Here it is. Walker, line drive into center. That drops in. A run's going to come in to score, and Jordan Walker once again becomes Walker Texas Ranger, as you mentioned in the broadcast earlier.
And surprisingly, Steven, this is his first RBI of the series, but just, I mean, he's so gap to gap. It's great. 106 off the bat, and that's with ease. Straight to left center. Barossa has no way to get to that before trying to make a play at Dunn, who has speed. Walker gets his 47th run batted in, and once again, Springfield jumps out to an early lead.
All the damage in the first has come with 2 outs. Matt Koperniak up. First pitch fastball low to him. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Jordan Walker on first, 1-0. Springfield leads. And Koperniak, another guy you don't want to see after setting a record to some degree for the Springfield Cardinals yesterday. Only the 3rd player in franchise history to hit for the cycle. 1-0 in the dirt, backhanded by D'Alessandro. 2 balls and no strikes.
And I believed that Koperniak was going to thrive in this series. I didn't realize he was going to go off for a cycle with a 2-run home run to left, but I knew he was going to get his knocks, especially to the opposite field. First time since 2011, 3rd in the team's history. Unbelievable accomplishment for the man standing at the plate.
2-0 pitch. 3 straight balls, and Slade frustrated with his command right now. 96 there. And that's about as fast as we've seen Slade pitch all season.
He got up to 98 in his opening day, the 2nd game of the year, and since then it's been 95, 96, and then drops down the later innings.
3-0, Koperniak takes. It was a called strike. Took a little off there, 93 miles an hour.
Just the guys you'd expect for Ciccone to have some difficulty against. Dunn, Walker, and now Koperniak. He is, and that's tough. He had 6 pitches with 2 outs, and now is approaching his 19th of the inning.
3-1. Koperniak popped foul to the left side. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So a payoff pitch incoming. Jordan Walker's going to get a head start to second base. An inconsequential pitch regardless of the result for the Cardinals. Blaze Alexander playing directly behind the second base bag. Ciccone's payoff is outside. He walks Koperniak. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, and it brings up Nick Raposo, who, Chris, you mentioned, has been a killer on the road for Springfield.
To go even further in depth, the catcher is batting .323 in road games this year, which is 21 for 65 with 7 doubles, 3 home runs, and 18 runs batted in, and has another chance here with Walker at second base.
Does this position look familiar to yesterday at all, Chris? Almost identical. Raposo, first pitch is outside to him, 94 miles per hour, 1-0 with 2 outs. Walker on second, Koperniak on first.
Dunn was the first one to score yesterday. Walker then scored, then Koperniak. It went single, 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 3-run home run, but this is single, single walk, and now the number 6 hitter comes up.
1-0 pitch. Just missed the outside corner, 2 balls and no strikes. Slade putting him close, but not quite to the liking of Alex Nash behind the plate. 2-0, infield at medium depth. Tawa creeping behind Walker at second. 2-0 pitch. Poso fouls one away to the right side, 2-1 with 2 outs. The Cardinals have been an early scoring team in this series. Put a ton of pressure on the starting pitchers. I think that had a lot to do with why Bryce Jarvis performed the way that he did throughout the entirety of yesterday's game. Ciccone from the stretch getting the sign from D'Alessandro, the 2-1. Up and in versus Raposo, 3 balls and a strike off the changeup there. So now with a hitter's count, runners on first and second, you've already added a run. Is this a green light?
Yeah, you swing away here. Ciccone has to find the stuff. Now at pitch number 25 when he delivers, Raposo could unload here.
3-1. Raposo did unload. Out to center. Walker's getting waved in. Barroso will throw one home. It is off the line. So Walker comes in to score. Runners on the corners. It's 2-0.
Center cut straight up the middle. Hit it hard, 106 off the bat again. Barroso gets to it quickly, comes home, but the throw was not accurate. It was way off the line, and D'Alessandro had to vacate the plate to block that one. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, and Chandler Redmond, who had a great series against us on their turf a couple months ago, is coming up again. And a guy that hits for power, but not as much for average. Guys like that thrive in places like this, and their average goes up plenty here at Hodgetown.
Well, I can tell you just from a body type standpoint, there's a name that just jumps off the page right now as a comparison to what Redmond looks like standing in. Want to take a guess at who I'm thinking of?
Let me take a look.
Loves hitting at Hodgetown.
Kyle McCann.
Kyle McCann. Came in a couple series ago versus Midland and feasted here. Redmond now with runners on the corners and a 2-0 lead. And a pretty well occupied berm. You have to be thinking about that a little bit. Brent Teller warming up in the bullpen. Shane Lukes has gotten done with his conversation with Slade. Redmond on the year, 228, 13 home runs, 50 runs batted in. Middle infield playing deep and shifted to the right. Line drive out to right. Enriquez cuts it off. He's going to throw to third, but it's cut off by Blaze Alexander, 3-0.
Classic first pitch ambush there from Redmond. Found a pitch to hit, drove it into right field. And like yesterday, this is playing out very similarly, the way the ball is being hard hit off of the starters. Now, 3-0, 4 hits. Redmond gets his 51st run batted in, moves Raposo all the way over to third, and now Justin Turner comes up.
Justin Turner, the lefty, 211, 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Slade zips a fastball right past him for a called strike, 0-1. Not to be confused with another Justin Turner. He is the Springfield Cardinals Justin Turner, and he plays the outfield, not the infield. 0-1. Changeup misses way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Standing on third is Nick Raposo. He drove in the second run of the game. Chandler Redmond on first. He drove in the third run of the game. It's 3-0. 1-1. Clips the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. So a chance to get out of the inning with less damage than in game 1. However, you're still not feeling very good about the performance so far. With 2 outs and Ciccone dealing early, all the damage has come after a Nick Dunn single. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I know I keep referencing it, but pitch count is important. He just threw his 30th pitch. He had 6 pitches over with 2 outs, and it has devolved to this. unfortunately for Saccone.
2-2. Just missed the top of the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Redmond is going to get a head start to second.
He just barely missed his spot there.
Redmond on his way to second base, the 3-2. No chance there for Turner. Saccone gets his second strikeout, but 3 runs come in to score. Let's see if the Sod Poodles can respond in the home half. News Talk 940 and the MILB First Pitch app. Bottom of the first inning, Sod Poodles are down by 3. Men that need to take control of this game will go as follows. It's the Sod Poodle lineup brought to you by HTO.
Jorge Barroso will lead off, followed by Tristan English. Leandro will DH and bat third. Eduardo, your Amarillo Steam Team cleanup batter of the game. Blaze back in the lineup batting fifth. Tim Towel, Robbie Enriquez, Nick D'Alessandro, and Taekwon Forbes.
First pitch from Domingo Robles to Jorge Barroso is a strike, 0-1. Barroso on the year, 275, 10 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Second pitch bounced in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. How about the defense for the Cardinals from left to right?
The outfield, Koperniak in left, Walker in center, Turner in right. Robinson at third, Wynn at short, Dunn at second, Redmond at first, Raposo behind the plate, and Robles on the mound.
1-1. Make it 2 balls and a strike. 91-mile-per-hour fastball misses high and outside. And how has Domingo Robles looked this season, Chris?
2-5, 6.09 earned run average, 44 strikeouts, 32 walks, 53 earned.
Barroso, foul ball, a Country Auto Group foul ball to make it 2-2.
It doesn't stop there, though. He's making his 10th start of the season. His last time starting was May 27th at Tulsa, where he actually put together good numbers. A loss, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts.
2-2 pitch. Barroso skies one out towards center. Drifting back is Dunn, fighting the sun. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Barroso got underneath one. Quickly one is down, but both teams in this series have been very good with 2 outs.
It is entirely dependent upon the guys like Tristan English, who yesterday didn't have a great offensive game. He went 0 for 5 with a walk. He needs to step up, and he's been really good at Hodgetown here today.
First pitch misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Tristan English, 264, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Haven't seen him launching the baseball quite like we're used to. Second pitch, strike, evens up the count at 1-1. Infield shifted to the left. Redmond well off the first base line. He's playing deep, as well as the rest of his counterparts. 1-1. Another bouncer in the dirt, backhanded by Raposo. 2 balls and a strike. Shadows creeping out to the left side of the infield. Right side infielders and the outfielders still blinded by the light. 2-1. Good take by Tristan, 3-1.
So the zone is a little bit smaller than what the Sod Poodles are accustomed to, and English is recognizing that here.
3-1 pitch. English checked his swing, fouled it away to the right side off of a line drive.
Heads up at club level, they didn't even know where it was headed. Luckily, nobody was harmed there. Ricocheted back into general seating. Now 3-2, English can implement a different approach.
Robles, the 3-2 pitch to Tristan English. Here it comes from the windup. English takes strike 3. That was about as picture perfect of a pitch that you could get.
Fastball in the outer half at 3-2. That zone is going to expand, and even so, I think that's a strike 10 times out of 10.
Look at how similar the starts to these games for the pitchers have been. For Slade Saccone, a pop out and foul ground to third base and a strikeout looking. For Domingo Robles, a pop out to second and a strikeout looking. First pitch to Leandro Cedeno misses outside, 1-0.
Now he faces the guys that have hit well.
Cedeno steps out, takes a pitch. Fastball called for a strike, 1-1 with 2 outs. Cedeno on the year, 288 with 22 home runs and 70 runs batted in. Robles from the windup. Here it comes. Always seems like the second ball that he throws is a bouncer in the dirt.
Trying to get these guys to fish. I mean, Leandro had 2 hits yesterday, a run scored, reached base 4 times, was hit, intentionally walked. Did everything offensively you needed him to do.
2-1. Change up outside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
And this is where you probably dance around Leandro. I think you like your chances against Eduardo Diaz more than Cedeno if you're Robles, but we'll have to see it 3-1.
Cedeno came up with a couple of 2-out situations. Tapper to the left side, bare hand play, Robinson to first, and it beats out Cedeno by a half step. What a play by Errol Robinson over at the hot corner. Sod Poodles go down in order in the first. We'll say it at 3-0 as we go to the second. Sod Poodles Radio Network and the MILB First Pitch app. Top of the second inning, the man to lead it off spells his first name E-R-R-O-L. He was very far from making an E-R-R-O-R to end the first inning. A great play, a tapper down the third base side. Barehanded throw retires Leandro Cedeno. It's Errol Robinson who got 2 hits yesterday. He's batting .231 with 9 hits and 2 runs batted in. Started with Sussex County of the Independent Leagues before being signed by the Cardinals. He's first pitch swinging, fouls one straight back, 0-1. Robinson playing third base today. Sod Poodles infield playing deep with the exception of Taekwon Forbes and Tristan English. They're at medium depth. 0-1 from Ciccone. Inside to Robinson, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good crowd here at Hodgetown for Wednesday night baseball. Trying to even up the series at 1-1. Might be a tough ask with the scoreline sitting the way that it is. Ciccone is having a good start to his second inning of work. Fastball 93, called strike 1 and 2. Pitch count up to 35, so he has to be efficient and effective from now on. 1-2. Robinson fouls one off of Alex Nash, the home plate umpire, keeping it at 1 and 2. Springfield leads 3-0. It was because of a couple of key singles. RBI single by Jordan Walker, Nick Raposo, and Chandler Redmond gives us the score line we are at now. 1-2 from the windup. Robinson, no chance. Third strikeout for Slade Ciccone. Call that one a fruit punch out as the trio. Good start to the second. Mike Antico now up. He popped out on foul ground. First pitch that he saw. Taekwon Forbes playing shallow in on the infield grass. Fastball runs all the way to the backstop in on Antico. 1-0, 94 miles per hour there. Alexander in the outfield grass, now creeping back in. Tawa and English shifted to the right side. Ciccone working from the windup, shadows creeping beyond Alexander now. 1-0. Antico was way late on 92. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Taekwon will back out. Doesn't seem to be a plan to bunt for Antico. So now he plays shallow depth, but not in on the grass. 1-1. Good pitch. Missed the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Fans still continuing to pour in at Hodgetown. It is Bark at the Park night. 2-1. Foul tipped in and out of the glove of D'Alessandro. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Amarillo just hoping that even though it's Bark at the Park night, that it won't be a rough night here at the ballpark. So far it has been. 3-0. Ciccone ready to pitch. Antico back in the box from the left side, wearing number 15 jersey. Second time up. Slade the 2-2 offering. Antico popped it up. D'Alessandro loses his mask. It is just into the Sod Poodles dugout on the third base side. Antico had a pretty good game yesterday, a single and a walk, first and second inning. The rest of the way, 0 for 3. 2-2. And it hits Antico. Curveball ran inside. Slade thought he had his man, but instead gives Antico an express pass to first base. He reaches base for the first time in this game, setting up Mason Wynn with 1 runner on and 1 out in the top of the second. Mason Wynn struck out looking his last time up. 2 balls and 2 strikes, runner going. D'Alessandro knew it. Here comes the throw to second, and sliding in safely is Antico with a stolen base. Pop time was there, the throw was accurate, but Antico had a perfect jump. Coney will offer the 1-0 to Mason Wynn. Here it comes. Good fastball, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Antico on second. He represents the 4th run of the game. Coney steps off aware of this. So Wynn digs in again, awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Ciccone. Here it is. Slider outside, it missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Springfield in pop culture has been known to be ambiguous. There are 34 populated places named Springfield in the United States, located over 25 different states. And in a lot of ways, that has mirrored this Cardinals team. 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. What I mean by this is, in the first half, the Cardinals were at the bottom of the North Division. You didn't know what kind of team you were going to get in the second half. Now, they're in second place in the North and a very talented squad. 3-1. Wynn popped it up. In foul ground, will this stay playable? Tristan English tracking in the sun, and it bounces in front of him. He can't make the play. Ciccone thought he had an out there, but instead it bounces right in front of Tristan English, and it'll be a 3-2 count for Mason Wynn. So with a city that has so much ambiguity to it, Springfield, Missouri, the many Springfields out there, the Cardinals have had some ambiguity of their own and are really figuring it out and becoming a solid baseball club here in the second half. Antico, big lead off second, 3-2. Wynn popped it up again. Will this one stay playable? Tristan English finding it, and it gets out of play. Just a few feet beyond the netting. Ciccone almost got the same result.
And those pop-ups, especially for first baseman Stefan, have been a point of emphasis for Sean Roof. He hits them every time in infield, outfield practice, and in games, sometimes it doesn't translate over, and that's something that I think will be addressed even further as the season progresses.
Ciccone from the stretch. The 3-2 again. Wynn bouncing ball fair down the right field line. Enriquez hustles to cover. It ricochets off the wall. 5th run of the game comes in to score, the 4th run, and Mason Wynn doubles in Mike Antico.
That was perfect hitting for Mason Wynn. Got a pitch way out of the zone, went the other way. English playing off the first base bag. Lucky for Enriquez to get there quickly. Drives in the 4th run of the game, as you mentioned. Drove in Antico, and you know, this is Springfield again. They're just putting on runs against Slade Ciccone, hitting the ball hard, hitting the ball well to the right spots to score runs, and with only 1 out, you got the toughest part of the order coming up again. Might be the toughest part of any order that Amarillo has seen this year. First pitch fastball called on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1 with 1 out. You say that, then you remember last week.
Right.
With Zavala, and you have Acuna, and you have...
But none of those were in the middle part of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Zavala was batting second, Acuna was batting 6th.
5th or 6th. But then you have Krim was batting 4th, and who was batting
Foscue.
Foscue was batting 4th. Krim was batting 3rd. Zavala, Krim, Foscue's tough. And
so
then
far,
all of Tulsa.
Dunn, Walker, and Koperniak have reached base a ton of times in this series already. 1-1. Popped up. D'Alessandro finding it. Does he have enough room? He does! A basket catch right near the railing of the Soddies dugout, 2 are down.
going back to your point, though, about this order, I will make an amendment to your statement because I agreed to a point. Great play by D'Alessandro. Everybody gets out of the way, drops his mask. He is so acute defensively. He's spry, he's quick for a catcher. Got to that ball so quick. That's the element that he brings. Back to your point. I think this is the toughest part of the order that the Sod Poodles have faced at Hodgetown for a starting pitcher coming out.
Absolutely, yes. And I can agree with that. I still think that this might be the best 3, 4, and 5 group that we've seen all year long. Now, we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the series plays out as Walker swings and misses through a slider to make it 0-1 with 2 outs. But you look at the numbers from yesterday. 10 of the 17 hits for Springfield came from this part of the order. Each one of them having at least a 3-hit game. Koperniak in the 5th spot, hitting for the cycle with 4 runs batted in. Not half bad, 0-1. Walker checked his swing. He did not go around, says Ben Engstrand, making it 1-1 with 2 outs. Ciccone from the stretch. Walker opened the scoring in this game with an RBI single up the middle to bring in Nick Dunn. 1-1. Chopper. Tawa backtracking off 2 hops will throw to first in time to beat out Walker by about 5 steps. Springfield adds another. It's 4-0. Bats need to come up with the number 4 hitter Eduardo Diaz leading us off on News Talk 940 in the MILB First Pitch app. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Saudis are down by 4 runs. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Eduardo Diaz, the return of Blaze Alexander, and Tim Tawa will face Domingo Robles, trying to get something going. Eduardo Diaz, your Amarillo Steam Team cleanup batter of the game. Life happens, we clean it up. He's batting .272 with 10 home runs and 61 runs batted in. First pitch to him. Bounced in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Off of a changeup. Infield moves to the left, which is a good decision considering Eduardo has been purely pull of late. 1-0. Swings and misses through 91. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Springfield added another in the top of the 2nd to make it 4-0. Got a great slate of interviews coming your way in the 3rd and the 4th. Be sure to keep tuned on that. 92. Diaz misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robles from the windup has 1 strikeout in this game. The pitch. Bouncing ball to the right side. Dunn collects and throws to first in time to beat out Diaz by a step. Great play moving to his left despite the shift to the right. Now Blaze Alexander returns. The Blonde Bomber is back in Amarillo. 297, 10 home runs, 26 runs batted in. He's first pitch swinging off 82, 0-1. Last time he played with Amarillo was July 14th versus San Antonio. Chopper over to the left side. Errol Robinson bobbles, throws to first. It's in time to retire Blaze. Blaze kind of let up at the end of running down the first base line. Hope that isn't anything that's cause for concern, but in any event, the Sod Poodles have 2 down, bottom of the 2nd inning. It's the 3rd straight ground out. 5-3, 4-3, 5-3. Dating back to bottom of the 1st, Tim Tawa now up. First pitch misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Tawa on the year, 189, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. 1-0 fastball, misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0). Tawa, foul ball away, a Country Auto Group foul ball, 2-1 with 2 outs. So Diaz grounded out to second. Alexander off of a chopper grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Errol Robinson. Now Tawa trying to do something to extend the inning. 2-1. And Tim, fly ball out to right. Not much work for Turner to have to do. He makes the catch. So down go the Sod Poodles, 6 up, 6 down. It'll stay at 4-0 when we come back with the third. We'll bring you a Down the Farm Report brought to you by Yellow House Machinery. Up next on News Talk 940 and the MILB First Pitch app. It is now time for a Yellow House Machinery Down on the Farm Report. Robbie Enriquez has hit safely in his last 20 games. It is the longest active hitting streak in the minor leagues, the 4th longest hitting streak this season. So down on the Farm Report, nothing runs like a deer. Matt Koperniak will come up for the second time. Walked and later scored in that big first inning where Springfield scored 3 runs, 1 ball and no strikes. Slade Ciccone trying to find the stuff to get Koperniak as the 1-0 pitch comes in, and that will work there, off speed, and swung on and missed. We're joined by Abby Barnett, Floor Coverings International. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me here.
We had a lot of fun down on the field at Talk of the Town. Now up here in the booth, 1-1, driven to right center field. Barroso will get there and cut it off with 1 hop. Koperniak has another hit in this series to start off the 3rd inning. We had a lot of fun on the field talking about your business and everything you do, and I'm astounded with how much you're able to do. You told me you were a former nurse, and now you're doing this to spend more time with the family, but you're also helping out a lot of people in the community. Tell me what separates Floor Coverings International from other flooring stores and companies.
So we really strive to bring professionalism to an industry that seldom has it. Our goal is to exceed expectations of all of our customers as we take product to them, help them design and select things, and then managing their project as a turnkey solution with 1 point of contact. Makes it very personable and great customer service.
Raposo now up, takes a first pitch strike. He had an RBI single in the first inning. Now lays off of a slider, 1 ball and 1 strike. So are you guys locally owned and operated?
We are a locally owned family business that's actually a woman-owned business.
Ciccone will disengage, throw to first. It was closer than expected. English applies the tag, but Koperniak gets back in safely. That is awesome. And what got you specifically started with the flooring business? I know you said you were a former nurse, but this is a very interesting market to get into, and it can provide and become very lucrative very quickly if you do it the right way.
Well, my husband owns Renew Painting, which is a residential and commercial painting service, and I was helping with that as I could, and also flying as a flight nurse. And so we looked into opportunities to have a sister company, and so that's how we found Floor Coverings and decided to bring that here to Amarillo.
1-2 fly ball to center field. Koperniak was on the run to second. Barroso there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. I hear there's a lot of community involvement with your company. In what ways do you all give back to the community?
We work with our local Alzheimer's Association, so we donate $25 in the name of every person that sends us a referral. And we also host the Longest Day event with them. We partner with Nick's Fight Club to do that and raise funds for the Alzheimer's Association. They do a lot here locally that people are really not even aware of when I talk to them.
Chandler Redmond takes a first pitch strike, now 0-1 with 1 out. Koperniak at first base. Short lead for him. Infield compressed towards the second base bag as Springfield leads 4-0. Joined by Abby Barnett, Floor Coverings International. 0-1 pitch. Change up out. 1 ball and 1 strike. And doing everything that you do as a former nurse, doing everything with the flooring business, it has to be pretty rewarding to be able to do those types of things for people, but it is also incredibly thankless. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
1-1 from the stretch. Popped up, and it will go out of play into the West Texas A&M University seats and beyond. You also offer in-home consultations. What does that look like?
Those are a free service that we provide. You're able to call and schedule with us or schedule on our website. We come to you and bring the mobile showroom that has over 3,000 samples of various products. I draw out a floor plan and make a design, help select product, and we build out the project there on the tablet together.
Hefty swing from Redmond leads to another strikeout for Slade Ciccone, his 4th of the contest. Now 2 down, runner on first, and Justin Turner, who is Ciccone's 2nd punch out, comes up again here in the 3rd. Taekwon will play in, English holding on the runner at first, and Turner
Lays off of a fastball down low. 1 ball and no strikes. So you having fun in Hodgetown so far?
Yes, this is so fun. Such a cool opportunity to get to watch from some pretty cool spots.
What I love about this place is we have an audience that cares not only about the team, but about the community. Ground ball to the right side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. Koperniak going first to third. Enriquez will not test his speed. Now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Turner gets a knock. And now the bottom of the order, and Errol Robinson will come up. And by that, I mean our team likes to support businesses, small businesses, charities in our community, and our community quite often loves to help out those businesses. So how can people find you? What is your phone number, your contact, so people can go with the best flooring company in the Texas Panhandle?
Our phone number is 806-680-5050. Our website is floortoyourdoor.co. Or if you're here at the game today, we do have a table set up on the southwest side of the building. You can grab a $250 off of your flooring project coupon, some stickers, some koozies, all sorts of goodies down there.
That is awesome. Got a chance to look at your booth. It has everything that you would want or need. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball fouled back, 0-2. Hodgetown is a great place. It's fun because we get to meet people like you and talk about your business. And Stefan and I are new to Amarillo. We've just loved how much this area loves its community and loves each other. And I think that that speaks volumes about where this place is going the next couple of years and the type of people that come out of here and live here. 0-2 runner going. Robinson will take a jump throw down to second base. And it is a stolen base for Turner. Now runners in scoring position, both of them at second and third with 2 outs. He just needs 1 more strike here, Abby. See if he can get it here. Saudis trail 4-0. Now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the third. 1-2 pitch. Robinson checked up his swing, tipped it into D'Alessandro's glove, and Ciccone has his 5th strikeout. For the first time this game, Springfield can't score any runs. He will go to the bottom of the third on the Sod Poodles Radio Network. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, coming up next, Saudis come to bat. Bottom of the third inning, bottom of the order for Amarillo, starting with Robbie Enriquez. As we mentioned before, he's riding a 20-game hitting streak. He'll face the lefty Robles, but it doesn't end there. Robbie Enriquez has been the best Saudis hitters on Wednesday. 389, the double and 4 runs batted in just 5 games. And Enriquez will take a pitch down low. 353 on the year with 5 home runs and 36 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. Takes a slider out, 2 balls and no strikes. And Robbie has been remarkable. Had a 3-run home run yesterday. Before that, a single to extend his hit streak to 20 games. 2-0 pitch. Robbie has to jump out of the way of that pitch. 91 up and in. 3 balls and no strikes to Enriquez. If he can get aboard, he would be the first Sod Poodles base runner this game. Robles' 3-0 pitch. It is inside, and Robbie Enriquez draws a 4-pitch walk to lead off the third. It's a walk for sight, brought to you by Rush LASIK. For a better view of today's game, look to Texas's LASIK Dream Team of Dr. J. Avery Rush and Dr. Sloan Rush, official LASIK providers of your Amarillo Sod Poodles. Learn more at rushlasik.com. Now D'Alessandro will come up. Nobody out and 1 on. First pitch. Nick takes a slider in, 1 ball and no strikes. D'Alessandro now up to 286 with a home run and 28 runs batted in. Had 2 singles yesterday and a perfect sacrifice bunt. Robles will have a conversation with his catcher, Nick Raposo, about how to address D'Alessandro, who has had an answer against Springfield to start this series, and Robles now going deeper into the game, experiencing his first sign of trouble. Never want to walk the leadoff man. Middle infield will compress towards the second base bag. Robles from the stretch, 1-0 pitch. D'Alessandro Swinging for the fences there, got nothing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick played right yesterday and catcher. He's playing today. Talk about versatility. Good lead for Enriquez. Redmond holding him on. 1-1 pitch. D'Alessandro, line drive into right center field. Hustling on is Turner. D'Alessandro's legged for second. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. Nick D'Alessandro, a cacique double, puts runners on second and third with nobody out. He just keeps doing it. Gap to gap, D'Alessandro goes, and his speed once again showing off here in the 3rd inning. And now TQ a chance to come up and drive in some runs. 257 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Robles' first pitch to the righty. TQ takes a changeup down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Forbes had a meaningful series against Frisco, got his average back up to 250. And Hodgetown dubbed Captain Hodgetown, hoping it climbs up some more. 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes, a fastball low and away. D'Alessandro on second, Enriquez at third, 4-0. Springfield leads in the bottom of the 3rd with nobody out. 2-0 pitch. TQ was swinging there. Undercut. 2 balls and 1 strike. Robles from the stretch. 2-1 pitch. TQ will foul it away. A Country Auto Group foul ball evens up the count at 2-2. Effectively eliminating the double play ball. D'Alessandro's double creates an interesting scenario. If Taekwon can reach, then it's nobody out in the top of the order coming up. 2-2 home. Forbes into center field. That will drop down for a base hit. 1 run will score. They'll hold up D'Alessandro. It's 4-1. TQ gets his 41st RBI. Got the pitch to hit. He didn't miss it. Sod Poodles are on the board in the 3rd inning. Caught too much of the plate, hung in the air. Walker stayed back on it. And the first run comes in to score. Barossa now up, fastball out. 1 ball and no strikes. The man at the plate serves interesting level of importance. He's the tying run. He can leave the yard. Short lead for TQ off first. 1-0 pitch. Barossa goes the other way. It'll sneak through for a base hit. D'Alessandro comes home, and the lead is cut in half for Springfield. Barossa, 43rd run batted in. Runners on first and second, and nobody out. Situational hitting getting better and better and better as the game has progressed. Now English, who has plenty of power, comes up, represents the leading run. Tying run now at first, that's Jorge Barossa after driving in his 43rd run batted in. As we've mentioned time and time again, the Sod Poodles may be down, but they're never out. 3 hits, still no outs in this inning, and Robles is getting a talking to from Darwin Marrero. Conference is over, the bullpen start to sit down by the bench. May start seeing some activity here in the 3rd inning. If Robles can't find the stuff to retire the next couple of hitters. 4-2 is manageable with the offense that you have coming up. Top of the order with Antico. But Tristan English, who struck out looking, is up again. First pitch there. Takes it down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Good fastball there from Robles, but it was just a tad south of the zone. Brent Teller warming up in the Soddy's bullpen. TQ at second, Barossa at first. 4-2 now the score in the bottom of the third. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball driven towards left. Koperniak will let it drop down. Here comes the throw. TQ will score, and the Sod Poodles are within 1. English needed that run batted in. That's his 13th. Now the Sod Poodles are 1 run away from tying this game in the third inning. Hanging breaking ball, got underneath it. Koperniak let it drop. TQ scored, and now you have Leandro Cedeno coming up. Or as Ed Montana calls him, Leandro Big Country Cedeno. Robles will step off and grab the rosin back, get a better grip on the baseball. Cedeno bounced out to third in a close one. It was almost an infield base hit for the Soddy's slugger. Big lead for English. First pitch to Cedeno is low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. With nobody out, Barossa at second base, English at first. Score 4-3 now. One-0. Cedeno laid on a pitch to the outer half, 1-1. 4 hits already in this inning alone without recording an out for Robles. Cedeno, plenty of power. 1-1 pitch. This time he will take it out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still no activity in the Cardinals bullpen. They trust Robles to get out of this. Eyes the runner at second, 2-1 pitch. Cedeno goes fishing at a slider working in, missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it makes sense. Robles just making his 10th start of the season in his 23rd appearance, has 13 more appearances as a reliever than a starter, so he's used to jams. 2-2 pitch. Fights it off and fouls it away. Good lead for both runners on first and second. 2-2 pitch. Cedeno laid on it. He missed the fastball. First out for Robles in the bottom of the third. Good pitch. Kept it away from Leandro. Got the first out. Just the second strikeout for Robles. Now Eduardo Diaz, who grounded out to second base, comes up the second straight inning. First pitch. Slider in. Eduardo takes. 1 ball and no strikes. Diaz has been phenomenal with runners in scoring position. Has one in Barossa, which would tie the game with a single. Robles cognizant, steps off and throws to second. First disengagement there. Diaz is batting .364 with runners on first and second this year. 1-0. Fastball out this time. 2 balls and no strikes. 8 for 22 with a double, 3 home runs, and 14 runs batted in. (2-0). Bouncing ball towards short. Win to second, over to first, and they turn a 6-3 double play to keep the lead. And Wardo bounces out, but 3 runs come in to score for Amarillo. It's a whole new ball game moving into the 4th on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and the MILB first pitch app. Top of the 4th inning, it's a new ball game, 4-3. Amarillo scored 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and a new pitcher, Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory, called to the bullpen, brings on a right-hander, number 23, Brent Teller, to the mound. Rosa's is the place for family, friends, and fun. Stop by after the game and go Soddies. AA Amarillo this year has made 6 appearances now to 7-2-0 with a 4.26 earned run average in 19 innings. Has given up 9 earned runs, 12 walks, and 18 strikeouts. So the walk bug is something you have to worry about, but really, he's done a good job getting out of jams. And he will face the top of the order, starting with Mike Antico. Lefty will dig in for the 3rd time, has popped up and was hit and later scored. First pitch strike. That's a good start for Teller. We're joined by Beverly Massengale of Proven Canine Training. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing just great. It's been a fun game so far, a lot closer. As Teller rears back and throws another fastball, this time a swinging strike. What are some services that you provide at Proven Canine Training?
We provide one-on-one classes, puppy classes, board and train programs, and then we also provide boarding for our previous clients.
0-2 up top, 1 ball and 2 strikes. What's the biggest thing you offer to your clients?
The biggest thing that we offer is a high value of communication. We offer classes in between the board and trains and a class at the end, so we make sure that not only are our dogs going home successful, but our owners as well.
Teller just struck out Antico. That's a 6th strikeout for the Sod Poodles pitchers. 6 strikeout game brought to you by the Amarillo Area Foundation. Good changeup, just stayed out there. Antico knew he missed it. And being that it's Bark in the Park today, it's pretty amazing to see all these dogs out for the Soddies game. Hopefully the Soddies can pull out a win. Teller, first pitch, breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. You guys do a lot with the dogs around here in Amarillo as well. The ones that come to the ballpark just all across the city and the Panhandle, right?
Yes, we have seen a couple of dogs that we've trained here before. And we like seeing all of the dogs come out and be socialized and see the people and other dogs as well.
So expounding upon that a little bit more, what gets you excited to be at Hodgetown specifically for Bark in the Park?
I really just enjoy seeing all of the dogs, seeing people bring their dogs out, communicating with each other, and practicing good manners and things like that as well.
Teller from the stretch, 0-2 pitch. That's popped up to the right side of the infield. English moving back, calling everyone off, and he will make the catch. 2 steps in front of the cut of the outfield grass for the 2nd out. And where can we find you all?
You can find us on Facebook at Proven Canine Training LLC, and then you can find us off of Western and Sundown next to Sundown Elementary. And then our website is ProvenDogTraining.com.
Nick Dunn comes up. He has a single and a run in this game. Also popped out to the catcher. First pitch is a strike. Teller going right at him. Strikeout, pop out. He's done everything he's needed to do. He's the long reliever today for Amarillo after Slate Ciccone tossed 3 innings with 7 hits, 4 earned runs with a walk and 5 strikeouts. Now a changeup out, 1 ball and 1 strike. And what was your prediction on the field? 7-5, was that right?
Yes.
So we're still in line for that. That's a pretty good prediction in a close ball game right now. Pitching needs to rear down, but right now Teller's looking good. 1-1 pitch. Taken outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. What's been your favorite part about being in Hodgetown today?
There's been a lot of really cute puppies.
I haven't gotten to see him from up here. 2-1 pitch, fastball out, 3 balls and 1 strike. Which one was your favorite?
There's a man here with 2 little, he said Staffordshire Terrier, American Pit Bull, and Bulldog mixes.
3-1, and Teller will miss his spot down low. The inning will extend for Jordan Walker. Dunn will get to first. It's the 2nd walk for the Sod Poodles pitching staff. Now you have to face Walker. Baseball, hot dogs, puppies, good weather, and a close game. What more can you want from a Wednesday evening? Walker has an RBI single and a run scored, as well as a ground out. Infield will shift to the left side. First pitch breaking ball. Taekwon leaves it up for Blaze. Jump throw to first. It is in time. Welcome back, Blaze. With the glove, he shows what we missed so much, deep in the hole. It stays at 4-3. Thank you so much, Beverly, for joining us. All right, we will go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Sod Poodles will try to tie it or take the lead. Up next, Blaze looking for his welcome back moment after coming back from rehab. First pitch swing, it is off of Robles. Robles gets the ball quickly. The throw to first is in time. Good play by the pitcher to get to the ball quickly. Blaze teed that one up on the ground. That's the first out for Robles. He needed that one there. Take a look here. Outer half, hits his shin, gets to it quickly, collects himself, and beats out the speedy Alexander. Now the athletic trainer and Jose Lajer will come out to talk to Robles. As Alex Wolfinger. He looked a little uncomfortable after that ball ricocheted on top of his leg. And then was able to recover enough. Now he will face Tim Tawa, who flew out to right, his only time up in the contest. First pitch home. Tawa will take. It's just off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch, Tim on the ground is short. Wynn backhanded. See if we have the arm here. Yes, we will. What a throw by Wynn. Deep in the hole at shortstop, it just zips. We're going to have to look at how hard he threw that one. He can get over 100 across the diamond. We saw that at the Futures game. Maybe they'll have a replay here as Robbie Enriquez comes up. Grounded there, Wynn with a backhand. Unbelievable. That arm is incredible at shortstop. Now Robbie up. First pitch take. It's a strike on the outer half. 0-1, 2 outs. Infield stacked to the right side in a 4-3 ball game where Amarillo trails by 1. Enriquez with 2 outs comes up. 0-1 pitch. Fishing there. Swung and missed, 0-2. So at no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, Enriquez will look to work the count unless he can find a pitch to drive. 0-2 pitch. Won't drive anything there. Takes a slider in the dirt, blocked well by Raposo. One-two wind up and pitch. Fouled away, a Country Auto Group foul ball. Enriquez stays alive. One-two pitch. Good take there. Frame job well by Raposo. 2-2. Just missed low. Enriquez now at an even count. Working against Robles, who winds up the 2-2, the pitch home. He swings and misses. He's down on strikes. Robles, a much better inning in the 4th than it was in the 3rd. It stays 4-3. We will go to the 5th with the standings update presented by Maxor on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and the MILB First Pitch app.
Top of the 5th inning, Soddy's down by 1. The score 4-3 with 5, 6, and 7 due up. Matt Koperniak will lead us off versus Brent Teller. Had a very good 4th inning of work. Teller working exclusively from the stretch. First pitch to Koperniak misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Koperniak so far in this series 5 for 6. The only time he has been retired was in the 7th inning of yesterday's game. Taekwon playing shallow at 3rd. 1-0. Koperniak threw his hips at a pitch that missed off the plate outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. So far, 7 of 9 Cardinals hitters have a hit in this game. Koperniak fouls will make it 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Taekwon backs out of his shallow positioning, playing at medium depth in the shortstop spot. Teller's changeup outside, 3-1. Matt Koperniak had a brief stint in AAA, came back down and has been hammering the baseball ever since. Teller's 3-1. It's outside. Good take by Koperniak. He draws a 5-pitch walk. The second walk issued by Brent Teller. So with that walk and the fact that it's the top of the 5th inning, it's time for a standings update presented by Maxor.
Thanks, Steph. In the North, Wichita has a 21-13 record, leading all of the North. Springfield right in second at 18-16, Tulsa 16-18, Arkansas at 14-20, Northwest at 12-22.
Nick Raposo now up. And you could say that Raposo has been anything but so-so in this game. Had an RBI single in the first.
Played excellent defense as well behind the plate.
No doubt about it. 1-0. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
In the South, Stephen Minton leads with a 23-11 record. Frisco right behind them at 20-14. Amarillo at 16-18, and Corpus and San Antonio both at 15-19.
1 ball, 1 strike. Koperniak on first. Thank you so much, Chris, as the third pitch misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. That was your standings update presented by Maxor, driving transformation together. Inspiring what's next and engaging with purpose. Teller, the 2-1, runner going. It's fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the hit and run sign was on. Raposo just couldn't get on top of it. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. See what the count is now. I believe it's 3-2, but it may just be 2-2. We'll find out if it is a ball outside on this pitch to Raposo. The pitch. Checked his swing. Appeal down to first. He did not go around. So it is, in fact, 3 balls and 2 strikes now, a full count. Question now with Koperniak on first and a 3-2 count for Raposo. Does he run? Yes, he does. 3-2 pitch. Popped up in foul ground. It's spoiled by Raposo. Koperniak has to make a U-turn back to first. Going to get a game down to the wire here on Wednesday. Los Pointy Boots have shown a ton of fight in the middle innings. Pitching has held off the Springfield hitters for the moment in the 3rd and 4th. Runner going again. Raposo fouling it back again. Staying alive at 3-2. Enriquez playing shallow and right. Diaz and Barossa playing deep and left and center, respectively. It only took Teller 4 hitters to get out of the 4th, trying to retire his first man of the 5th. 3-2. Raposo cracked into left, a base hit. Diaz goes down to a knee to keep that one in front. Runners on first and second, nobody out top of the 5th inning. Chandler Redmond comes up to face Teller. Nick D'Alessandro giving the infield the sign on how to shift Redmond. Taekwon playing shallow at third. Blaze Alexander playing deep up the middle. Tim Tawa and Tristan English pinch to the right side. Teller will step off and disengage, waiting to fire in a pitch to power hitting lefty Chandler Redmond. From the stretch, Koperniak on second. Here it comes. 85 changeup downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. With nobody out, Springfield leads 4-3 in the top of the 5th inning. Blaze shadowing the second base bag. 1-0. Bounced foul to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not only can fans get souvenirs off of a foul ball, dogs can as well. It's Bark in the Park night here at Hodgetown. What a great promotion from our promotions team here. Bring your canines over to a game. Redmond swinging, throw down to third, tags applied, it's in time. Without any hesitation whatsoever, Tyquan Forbes covered the ground. A perfect throw by D'Alessandro. And he hosed Koperniak at third base. He got hosed, brought to you by Austin Hose. It's one thing to run against D'Alessandro's arm to second. It's the 1-2 fastballs upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But over to third, an easy throw with a lefty up to the plate. I don't fully understand that decision, except for the fact that the defense was shifted to the right. 2-2 from Teller. Fly ball, pretty well hit to left. Will it stay fair? Diaz runs out of room, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Chandler Redmond to the opposite field. The home run ball continues to plague Amarillo. Now Springfield has doubled up the Sod Poodles. It's 6-3. First pitch is a ball down low to Justin Turner. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Tyquan playing shallow at third. Second pitch misses, 93. 2 balls and no strikes. Have to be worried about Chandler Redmond, and looks like Kyle McCann in more ways than one. Exposing left field. Fly balls to left off the bat of lefties often go deep. Here's another opposite field hit. It drops in between Diaz and Barossa. Barossa will get to it. Big turnaround first, but Turner will settle with a single. Second hit of the night for Justin Turner. Third straight hit off of Brent Teller. Single, 2-run home run, single. Blaze Alexander, Nick D'Alessandro, and Shane Lukes will converge. Activity begins in the Sod Poodles bullpen. Now it's a party for the entire infield. What do you do about Errol Robinson? You're not as much worried about him with 2 strikeouts today as you are the top of the order coming up. Shane Lukes likes to give the scouting report. It's Josh Green warming up for Amarillo in the bullpen. Going to be interesting to see Josh come out and pitch in this game. Get to exactly why when he comes out on the mound. Errol Robinson, 2 strikeouts. Batting from the right side, he has Justin Turner on first with only 1 out. Springfield has extended their lead to 3 now with a 2-run top of the 5th, hoping that that's all the damage versus Teller. First pitch, good pitch, 92 over the heart of the plate, 0-1. Teller towing the rubber, ball resting behind his back. D'Alessandro giving him the sign. Tawa, Blaze Alexander pitched towards the second base bag in case Turner decides to run. 0-1. Robinson was swinging right through it, 0-2. Teller trying to get the second out of this inning. Here it comes. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Tawa communicating with Blaze Alexander, both backpedaling in unison to their normal positions. Tyquan playing deep as disengagement comes off the hand of Brent Teller. Diving back in safely is Justin Turner. Ground ball up the middle would be mighty nice. Could result in 2. 1-2 pitch. Instead, it's shot into right center. Barossa covers the ground and one hops him. 4 straight hits versus Teller. And we'll see how much longer he stays in this game. Top of the order coming up. Mike Antico, who does not have a hit yet, but he was hit by a pitch and did score a run. I think this is going to be the end of the line for Brent Teller. Sean Roof vacates the dugout. Let's see if he points over to Josh Green. Hasn't pointed yet.
He did. He did a little slide point, and now he'll point again.
All right, so we will brief you for our second Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory call to the bullpen up next after a short break on News Talk 940 and the MILB First Pitch app. Josh Green, the new pitcher, coming out for the Amarillo Sod Poodles here with quite a bit of danger to worry about. 2 runners aboard, only 1 out. 2 runs have already come in to score here in the top of the 5th inning to make it 6-3. But Green is an interesting storyline. He's been one of the most trustworthy relievers. But we're getting a different look at Green today, and we'll get into that in a moment. How has Green looked this year?
1-2, 5.54 earned run average, 22 games, 1 started, 39 innings. 24 earned runs with 14 walks to 31 strikeouts. Now, it is an entirely different Green. He ran into a bad game, and I think he came up with an idea with Shane Lukes and the pitching coordinators to change up his entire delivery and release. He is now a side armor after a tough performance against Frisco where he got the loss 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned with a home run, a walk, and no strikeouts.
Talk about this with Josh Green. I spoke with him in yesterday's game, before yesterday's game on the field, so we had a brief weather delay. But he said some pretty interesting things, and I'll get into that in a moment as Mike Antico stands in with only 1 out. He's swinging, fisted towards Tawa, flipping to second. There will be no play at first. They at least get Robinson, but now runners on the corners with 2 down. What Josh told me was that it was a gentle suggestion. And a huge reason as to why he's doing this is because there's a feeling throughout the Diamondbacks organization that they don't have a pitcher that throws from that arm slot from the right side. And sometimes your way to get up to the big leagues is to fill a particular role.
And he's filled the role for the Sod Poodles here. I talked to him today, and he said, if I can get my fastball going here, it's going to be a great day.
And he just caught a runner leading. How about that, Josh Green? All it took was 1 pitch. The side is retired. The only damage is 2 runs. Have about Josh. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th with a Coors Light scoreboard update up next. All right, Chris, bottom of the 5th inning, down by 3. It's time for a Coors Light scoreboard update.
Close one in North Little Rock. Northwest and Arkansas are battling at 4-3 in the 7th inning. It's 1-0 Corpus Christi. 2 on and 2 out in the 6th. They're against Wichita.
D'Alessandro's first pitch on the ground. Took a weird hop. And Dunn found it, throws to first in time. So Nick D'Alessandro isn't rewarded for hitting the ball dead up the middle.
Midland and Tulsa knotted up at 2. Midland was ahead, and then Tulsa added 2 of their own in the bottom of the 6th. They still have 2 outs, but could take the lead there. San Antonio and Frisco, 0-0 in the top of the 3rd, and 6-3 here at Hodgetown. Springfield leads. That's your Coors Light scoreboard update. And Stefan, Coors Light was established in 1978 and born in the Rockies, a place of endless exploration, a place where a new discovery lies around every corner. And at the top of every mountain, Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
First pitch changeup got the outside corner to Taekwon Forbes, 0-1. He drove in his 41st run of the year. His last time up in the 3rd. Shattered bat. It goes flying. Foul ball to the right side. A Country Auto Group foul ball.
He didn't just shatter his bat. His barrel is completely destroyed. I mean, it hugged the line at 3rd base. 1 little extra chip of wood. Look at this. He laughed about it too. He knows he's going to need a new piece of lumber, and now at 0-2, maybe it has some magical properties.
New piece of lumber, hoping that he can lay the lumber here versus Domingo Robles, who shockingly is only at 63 pitches. Talk about going the distance for your team. 0-2. Forbes holds up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 6-3, Springfield leads in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. Forbes, fly ball out to right center. Is this one gonna drop? It's down into the triple triangle. Forbes is hustling. He's rounding second, going for third. He's gonna have a stand-up triple.
Magical properties, Stefan. Magical properties for TQ indeed. It hung in the air, headed for the triple triangle. Got down, Walker misplayed it in center field, actually left it up for the right fielder Turner. Now the Sod Poodles have a chance with just 1 out and a runner on third to bring it closer.
Jorge Barosa up. Here comes the first pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 with 1 out. Tyquan Forbes on third base. 6-3. The Sod Poodles trail. Barosa rips 1 foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield shifted to the left. Bit of activity in the Springfield bullpen. Sacrifice fly brings you within 2 runs. Somehow Barosa could get a hold of 1. Time's being called. Looked like an errant pitch off of the hand of number 33 in the bullpen for the Cardinals, or the Cardinals, Michael Bertel. One. Too tall for Barosa. 2 balls and a strike. Already has an RBI single in this game. Could add to his RBI total, which is now at 43. Fly ball deep enough, or a single anywhere. 2-1 pitch. Popped him up. In foul ground moves Redmond. He's finding it. It is just foul. Curled back into the field of play. It almost kissed the chalk.
TQ might have tagged there too. The way that Redmond was twisting and turning. He thought he had it, then it was behind him, lost control. Yeah, I would have tagged there if he made the catch, no doubt about it.
So now 2 balls and 2 strikes for Jorge Barosa, batting from the right side. Ground ball to the shortstop Wynn might get it done as well. 2-2. Jorge, tapper to the left side. Robinson is gonna go to first, and Barosa just gets beaten out with a throw. So he drives in Forbes to bring it within 2. A bang play at first base. And Jorge is retired. Sean Roof certainly knows that his star center fielder had a case to make. Here's the replay.
Well, Robinson checked home, and then that gave Jorge enough time. It's bang. Yeah, it's bang. It could have gone either way. But Barosa's second RBI of the game.
Here comes Tristan English, who hit the ball hard his last time up. First pitch to him. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. 6-4 now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sod Poodles inching ever closer to bringing this game. Curveball gets the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fans have enjoyed a very clean, very good baseball game from top to bottom. 1-1. English spits on a pitch at the bottom of the zone. 2-1 now. But this is an environment unlike any other in the Texas League. Fans are here from Tuesday to Sunday. 2-1. English, bouncing ball to the right side. Dunn finds it, hesitates, then throws to first to retire English. 1 run comes in to score for Amarillo. They're within 2. We'll go to the 6th. Up next, Mason Wynn, the second hitter in this order. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. 2 up versus Green in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 2 in the order, donning the number 3. The shortstop has been great. It's an RBI double in this game. Josh Green in his first full inning of work.
All Green had to do was throw 1 pitch and a disengagement snap throw to first. He caught Antico sleeping, so about as good as you could get. Now he'll get the full inning. 1-0. And he hits Mason Wynn. You figure that's going to be a bit of an adjustment for Green. It's different throwing bullpens from that arm angle versus facing a guy at the plate.
I mean, that's errant. That was behind him. I asked Josh if he's ever pitched like that at any level before, and he said, "You mean organized?" And he said, "No, I haven't. This is the first time." He said, "But I feel confident. I feel good about it. I feel like I have a good chance if I can get it in the zone." You see a lot of the sinker against lefties.
First pitch to Nick Dunn is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Mason Wynn on first base. Tyquan Forbes playing shallow versus the lefty. Dunn on the game. 1 for 2, single run scored, and a walk. He throws one inside, and that one hits Dunn. So back-to-back hit by pitches, and you have to be cautious here. But you also have to be patient with Josh Green. This is new for him. And if it did hit Dunn, it just grazed him.
D'Alessandro will give signs to his infield, and this is all new for Green. He wants a lot of run on his slider, but you have to remember, Nick D'Alessandro being back there is aware of that. You can't let it get away with 2 speedy runners and nobody out.
First pitch, Jordan Walker fouls it back. That was in the zone, 0-1. And here's the thing about the new arm slot of Josh Green. My thought process is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, when you're in a major league organization, as the 0-1 comes into Walker, and it runs well inside to him off of a 75-mile-per-hour curveball, the organization doesn't necessarily care if you're succeeding with what you've got at the AA level. They want to see if it can work at the major league level, and obviously there was something that they didn't like. They're changing it up. 1-1, nobody out, 2 runners aboard. Walker rips one straight back foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And it's almost as if his release point is still, it's at the sidearm positioning, but he's not getting low. He's still staying up, and that's causing him to push his pitches up and in.
1-2, Dunn on first, Wynn on second. Green from the stretch, the pitch. 76 low and inside to Walker, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I don't think that that's a curveball. I think that's a changeup, Stefan, with just very low velocity.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners aboard. Soddy's down by 2 in the top of the 6th. 2-2 pitch. Walker just got a piece of the breaker. Green getting the sign from D'Alessandro versus the number 6 prospect in all of baseball. 2-2 pitch. Walker line drive out into left. Diaz charging. Hair's going to hold up. Mason Wynn at third base. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Matt Koperniak coming up. So what situation does this present for Green? All about developing the guys. Green a little bit older. They want to try something different for him. And it's interesting because I've thought that he's done a really good job. He's run into 1 bad performance in relief. That was against Frisco, and that was enough to make the change. Now here.
First pitch inside to Matt Koperniak, who has only been retired once in this series. 5 for 6.
Not much control there for Green.
Corner infielders playing in. There's a force at any base. 1-0. Koperniak foul ball back.
Now what this does do is, in a way, it shields the ball. There's a lot more run and movement on the pitches. The velocity's lower. It takes a bit of a hit. But that is one element to Green's game that has changed. A lot more movement on his pitches.
1-1 pitch. Low and inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And you can't fault Josh Green for this because he's doing what he's told to do. Koperniak waiting in the back of the box, the 2-1. Misses the spot, low and outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now, This is a pressure-packed situation for Green. He needs to throw a strike or else he's going to walk in a run. 3-1 from the stretch. Koperniak swings away, fouls it back. Ground ball to any part of the infield would be ideal. How about a nice 3-2-3 double play? Force it home, force it first. 3-2 pitch. Koperniak line drive into center field. Barossa charging. 1 run scores. LaHare will hold up the runner at third base. And it's 7-4 now. Koperniak again delivers. Make it 6 for 7 thus far.
Got a good part of the plate. 1 hops Barossa. Yeah, he knows. 7-4. That, you know, I can't discredit Josh Green. It's just, it's unfortunate.
Now you got to worry about Raposo, who's in the middle of a 2-hit game. Nice pitch there from Green.
Good slider.
Yeah, 1-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. 7-4 Springfield leads. 0-1 pitch. Raposo, line drive foul to the right side. Justin Lewis warming up in the bullpen for Amarillo. Josh Green has had a great attitude about this new change this late in his career. Taking everything in stride. 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. Tristan English finding it. Instead, it will be Tim Tawa. Backpedaling, he makes the catch. So a big first out for Josh Green. Now it's Chandler Redmond who has a 2-run home run in his last at bat. That came in the 5th. Springfield getting some activity in their bullpen. Redmond's home run went to the opposite field. Hugged the line enough to stay fair. First pitch is outside to him, 1-0 with 1 out. Koperniak on first, Walker on second. Nick Dunn on third. 7-4, Springfield leads. Top of the 6th inning. 1-0. That one just missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Base runners getting the signs from Tiger Peterson, the first base coach and hitting coach for the Springfield Cardinals. Screen will disengage. Peterson has an interesting relationship and connection to the major leagues. His brother, Jock Peterson, plays for the San Francisco Giants. World Series champion last year with the Atlanta Braves. Three balls and no strikes. So Green in another jam again. Hitters count, 3-0 pitch incoming. Gets the zone, 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's the sinker there, 84 miles per hour. So the fastball life, I think he's taking a little bit off of it so that he can find the zone a little more.
What point? So you just throw one over the middle and hope it works out for you here. 3-1, he did there. Let's just say Redmond didn't miss it. Another opposite field blast, this time a grand slam for Chandler Redmond. Circle the wagons, circle the bases. Springfield has blown this game wide open. In a game full of experimentation, this one didn't work. Sean Roof comes out on the mound. We're going to make a pitching change here at Hodgetown. Come back with the new pitcher and more up next on News Talk 940 in the MILB First Pitch app. The day is done for Josh Green. Now we turn it over to Justin Lewis. 8 and 9 at the minimum, due up for him in the top of the 6th inning. An inning that started at 6-4 now is at 11-4. And we talked about Josh Green and the changes that he was asked to make. I tip my cap to Josh for doing that and having to soak that in and change everything he's ever known about pitching. Come out and get battered.
Another performance with 5 runs against him. Another 2/3 of an inning performance with 5 runs. You know, this is nobody's fault. Green was the guy to make the change, and it didn't work out. And in that spot, in the situation, he had a clean inning. Hit win, hit done. Couldn't control it. Now Justin Lewis in cleanup duty, tying his shoes. And since Redmond has 7 runs batted in, as Andrew Buckbinder has let us know, it ties the single game record in runs batted in for the Springfield Cardinals. So back-to-back games with record-setting performances from Cardinals players. And not only that, left-handed hitters. Lewis 2-2, 5.48 on the year at AA.
Justin versus Justin. It's Justin Lewis versus Justin Turner. First pitch. It missed. 1 ball, no strikes. And to make matters worse, Chandler Redmond, 7 runs batted in. So the 1-0 gets the zone to make it 1-1. To make matters worse, Redmond may have not just 1, but another 2 at-bats in store for him. 1-1. Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And Justin Lewis is celebrating a birthday today. Let's hope he has an inning to celebrate about. 2-1. This one's ripped to right. It is just foul. Ball was smoked off the bat of Turner. I think I might have jinxed him right there.
Almost did. Almost did. But it's not like, it's not contagious here again.
2-2. Missed the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I'll tell you what, the most essential thing about being a pitcher at this level is the ability to throw strikes. Here, you're down by 7. Throw it over the zone. Can't do it there. Walks his first man. Turner reaches for Errol Robinson coming up to the plate. That's the 3rd time Turner has reached base in this game. Eight of 9 Springfield Cardinals have reached base multiple times. 7 of 9 have scored at least 1 run. First pitch strike to Errol Robinson makes it 0-1.
It's the first 7 of the 9 in the order. Just Turner and Robinson have not scored.
8 of 9 have a hit. Robinson fly ball to right. Enriquez finding it in the lights. He'll make the catch for the 2nd out. The only player that doesn't have a hit so far comes up to the plate. It's Mike Antico. It's also the only Springfield hitter that hasn't come up to the plate this inning. Springfield will bat through the order in the top of the 6th. They've scored 5 and 14 hits. Tico was looking for that hit. He fouled 95 straight back. 0-1, 2 outs. Runner on first, Justin Turner, 11-4. The Cardinals lead in game 2. Gonna keep you posted with the Midland scores. Frisco score as well. Certainly going to be impactful if things stay the same. 0-1, and Tico, no chance on the changeup. Heart of the order coming up for Amarillo. Cedeno, Diaz, and Alexander in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 pitches too high for the liking of Alex Nash. 1 ball, 2 strikes. English holding on. Justin Turner at first. Taekwon Forbes at shortstop positioning, playing at medium depth. 1-2 pitch. Outside corner, tried to expose it. Didn't work out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Lewis can get his birthday wish, it would be to strike out his man right here and end this monstrous top of the 6th. He might not. Fly ball, pretty well hit to right. Enriquez at the wall. He will leap and make the catch. just kept it in the yard. Kept a 5-run inning from becoming a 7-run inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning, down by 7. Up next. Down by 7. Cedeno, Diaz, and Alexander will be due up in this inning. Just the guys to get something started. Unfortunate outing for Josh Green. Gotta feel bad for the guy, considering all the circumstances. The first pitch to Cedeno is outside, 1-0. He's 0 for 2 on the game with a ground out and a strikeout swinging.
Michael Bertel on the mound as the new relief pitcher, the first reliever for Springfield. 4-1, 6.53 earned run average.
Quickly is fired in, 2 balls that missed to Cedeno, 2-0. It's late in the game, you have to chip away at this lead. 2-0 pitch. Nothing to swing at there again. 3 balls and no strikes.
I never understand this with the relievers that come out. It's almost like they feel like they need to spot their pitches to the perfect part of the zone. You're up 7 runs.
No
Just
doubt
go out there
about
and
it.
pitch.
3-0, Cedeno wants no piece of that pitch. Steps out, 3 balls and a strike.
And in a game that is so based on ERA,
Hitters count, bouncing ball over to Wynn. He gathers a soft throw to first by his standards, will retire Cedeno for the first out of the inning.
that's what I'm talking about. You know, thinking about Green and his entering the game of 5.5 or so ERA after a tough performance against Frisco. People measure ERA still. They still measure those performances in situations, and there his ERA only went up even more, above 6.
First pitch misses outside to Diaz. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Outside to Diaz. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 to Eduardo. Comes back with a fastball over the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Eduardo checked his swing, appeal down to first, says he did not go around. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. All you need is a base runner, or 6. Hitters count, 3-1 pitch. It misses. A walk for sight brought to you by Rush Lasik. Only the second of this game. And Diaz is aboard for the Blonde Bomber. Blaze Alexander comes up. He's been hitless thus far. So Blaze versus Bertel. Diaz, small lead off first. Alexander, first pitch misses way outside. 1-0 with 1 out. 11-4, bottom 6.
This is a wise decision by Raposo to come out here and talk to Bertel. He's not finding the zone well. And in a situation like this, you're up 7 runs. As I mentioned before, go against the Sod Poodles club that only has 5 hits as compared to Springfield's 14. You know, this is an interesting point, too. We've played 15 innings, or at least Springfield has had 15 innings of offense, and they've hit the ball 31 times.
Not to mention they've scored 22 runs. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike from Alexander. Clearly not trying to be too aggressive with Eduardo. Maybe a hit and run signs on with a hitter's count. And Diaz's speed. Redmond holding him on. 2-1 pitch. Now Alexander. Bouncing ball. Wynn goes down to a knee. Throws to second. It's in time to get Diaz, but it just pulls Dunn off the bag. Alexander's speed too much to turn 2, and Sean Roof coming out to have an argument saying that Dunn didn't keep the bag. Let's see if he had a case.
He might have. Sean Roof, I'm sure, in some situation, some way, a little bit frustrated with how this game has progressed, especially how yesterday ended. Amarillo in a tough spot right now as a team.
Tim Tawa up. Another first pitch ball. It's a fastball outside. We haven't seen much other than that off the hand of Bertel. 1 ball and no strikes to Tim. 2-0. Blaze on first, Bertel on the mound. 2-0 to Tim. Hacks one back. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing out to center. Plenty of fans still in attendance despite the score line. They're here rain or shine, with success or failure. 2-1 pitch. Tawa didn't like it. 3 balls and a strike. Three-one hitters count for Tim Tawa, who on the game today has a fly out and a ground out. 3-1. Tim swings and misses. So Blaze will get a head start to second off the payoff pitch from Bertel. If Tawa can find a gap with Blaze running, you may be able to score the 5th run of the game. Tawa has solid contact. It's more often than not to the gap in right center. Huge lead off first for Blaze. Here he goes. 3-2. Chopped foul to the left side. Had the right idea, get the ball on the ground, put pressure on the defense. However, with 2 outs, the easy play is the force out at first. And a topic of conversation that I want to get into in the next inning, Chris, a certain player for the Cardinals in particular coming up third, is Jordan Walker playing center field. Why he's doing that. 3-2 runner goes again. It's outside. Blaze takes second. Tawa takes first. Setting up Robbie Enriquez, who has yet to extend his hit streak to 21 games. Now would be a great time to do so.
And against a righty. Robbie's been good against both sides of pitching, right hand, left hand. But now with Bertel, if he leaves one over the middle, Robbie, who likes to get ahead in the count, he is a first pitch type of take guy. Why not swing here if you're not going to get anything in the zone?
Enriquez, first pitch, he was swinging, fouls it back, 0-1. Clearly aggressive, clearly trying to launch. Blasted one right onto the Coors Light vendor beyond the berm and right.
Near the parking lot in right field.
0-1 pitch. Another foul ball ripped back, 0-2.
2 pitches to hit that he's underneath.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Alexander on second, Tawa on first. Is 21 here? It is not. A changeup outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think a pitch middle in. If Bertel misses his spot, Robbie could go straight down the right field line. If not, climb the ladder and go over the fence and right.
1-2. Enriquez, chopper. Tough play, charging in. The throw to first is in time. A great defensive effort there by Mason Witt. Time's running out for 21. Soddies are down by 7. We'll go to the 7th inning up next on News Talk 940, the MILB first pitch app.
7th inning, down 7. It's 11-4. The Sod Poodles trail again. And Stefan, 22 runs have already been scored for Springfield, and we're not even through the second game yet.
Well, it's a perfect segue because there's a player that I want to talk about that wears number 22.
And Mason Witt swings and misses at a slider to make it 0-1. Of course, we're talking about Jordan Walker. who's playing center field today, has had a few hiccups there, no errors, but misread some fly balls in the corner. But that's to be expected as Wynn lines it down the left field line. He will chug towards second base and have his second double of the night. Hanging slider, Mason Wynn capitalizes and puts himself on second base with nobody out.
Well, Mason and the Cardinals, one could say, are winning. Somehow that finds a way to get down into the corner. Nice rope line drive to left, but Jordan Walker is the topic of conversation. From prospect to prospect, Wynn to Walker, he's playing center field tonight. And the reason for that is something that we haven't really touched on throughout this series.
First pitch to Nick Dunn is a strike on the outer half, 0-1 with a runner on second. You have Nolan Arenado at third base at the big league club. At first you have Paul Goldschmidt. Where do you put Walker? 0-1 pitch. Popped up in foul ground. Taekwon moving on. Near the dugout, reaches over, and he made the catch. What a play by Taekwon Forbes.
Pulled that one out of thin air.
I thought that dropped. Wow. By the edge of his glove, is able to track it down and get a big first out here in the top of the seventh inning. But with Walker, with his production, as the man coming up to the plate is Jordan Walker. Already has 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Cardinals are going to have to move him up to Memphis in a good little while. I think he'll probably end in AAA this year.
Or not. Or they let him play out Double-A and he makes the big league team out of camp. But if they're going to play him in the outfield, he's going to need some work out there.
High drive, right center field. There it is. Jordan Walker has left the building.
And you knew it was coming at some point, but what a good time for it to happen when we're talking about him. And this is exactly why they have him playing the outfield, and we'll expand on that in a second.
I was just about to say, Stefan, with this guy, you sure he's going to stay in Double-A the rest of the year?
If not, go to the major league club.
Yeah.
He might skip AAA. So the bat right there is exactly why Jordan Walker is needed in St. Louis. He is one of the most exciting prospects in all of baseball. He and Corbin Carroll, he is the Cardinals' Corbin Carroll. And the reason why they have him playing in the outfield was something you were alluding to. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Arenado, who is the best third baseman defensively in Major League Baseball, are your corner infielders. And you have them locked up.
Now Koperniak, high fly ball to right. Is it fair? Yes, it is. Matt Koperniak and Jordan Walker going back to back. Now 14-4.
Koperniak and Walker, or Walker and Koperniak, back-to-back jacks.
Walker gets his 13th home run, Koperniak his 10th. And this guy will have a AAA call waiting soon. It was a short time there in Memphis, but it is almost Dominic Canzone-esque, his return to Double-A. I mean, he's hit everything for power, for extra base hits. That 1-2 combo, I'm willing to say, Steph, this is the best middle-of-the-order punch that we've seen all year long.
So
Finally.
now you're coming to grips with it. And there it is. I mean, Koperniak hit for the cycle yesterday. Has a 3-hit game today, hasn't been retired once. Jordan Walker, another 3-hit game. Nick Dunn, single. Mason Wynn, pair of doubles. This just may be the best offensive team we've seen. And that's after coming from Frisco and saying that there. But I want to talk about Jordan Walker because we haven't entirely finished that point. Paul Goldschmidt at first, Nolan Arenado at third.
1-1 to Raposo, he turns on and foul.
So those are your corner infielders. Those are corner infielders. That's where Walker has historically been known to play, third and first. So with his size, 6'4", pure muscle, got to be sitting around 230 weight-wise.
Raposo fouls it off of Nick D'Alessandro's left shoulder, and he's in pain. He's had some bumps and bruises there behind the plate.
Where are you going to put Walker? Well, you can't put him at short. He's athletic, but his agility and his speed getting to the gaps, he's not a shortstop physically. Can't put him at second. His bat's too big for that. In left would be the spot where you would think. You don't want to make him a full-time DH and have him sit at that spot. I'm sure what will happen is he will be a left fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals. If he can figure out center, he can play left, he can play right. He's got an arm clearly. Damon reels out to check on Nick D'Alessandro. But the Cardinals want him with this team, a team that's already contending with the squad that they have. All he can do is help and contribute.
Nick D'Alessandro seems to be okay. It's that left arm that's had some issues, and he will stay into the game. What a gritty guy. And you're right about Walker. Question mark is, like you said, where is he going to play? And with the Yankees trading for Harrison Bader, center field, Tyler O'Neill could move on to center. Dylan Carlson, as Lewis gets Raposo down, swing. The tag is applied for the second out. You have a number of options, and Jordan Walker could play the corner outfield. Now, in terms of reading the ball, center field may not be his best bet at the big league club, but learning in center field will help him learn in right and left field. But the arm is consistent with right field. The ball tracking is consistent with a left fielder.
And you have to talk too. Driven to left center field. Chandler Redmond, 3-homer day. He leaves the yard. And now it is 15-4. History is made in Amarillo for Chandler Redmond, who takes the new high in Springfield Cardinals history for RBIs in a game with 8. That's a 3-home run inning. 3 straight home runs for Redmond. Has 1 in the 5th, 1 is in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. That is as telling as it has been. Redmond has gone to the opposite field. He's exposed this weakness. My goodness, he has looked fantastic for the Springfield Cardinals. And right now, the record at this ballpark, 21 hits for the season. Springfield's on pace to shatter that.
Justin Turner now up, 0-1 pitch.
High drive, right center field. This one is gone. Back-to-back from Walker and Koperniak, then a strikeout, and Redmond and Turner go back-to-back. This is unbelievable. A spectacle here at Hodgetown for the Springfield Cardinals. You can't help but get excited for the other team. This is a blowout. They have quadruple the runs of Amarillo. They nearly have quadruple the hits. With 1 more hit, they'll have quadruple the hits. They've scored 5 runs in back-to-back innings.
Errol Robinson now up. First pitch, late strike call, 0-1. That is Turner's 4th home run and 26th run batted in. So by my count, Springfield has now hit 6 home runs in this game. Robinson takes one inside. A 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's have a count here. 3 from Redmond. 1 from Walker, 1 from Koperniak, and 1 from Turner. 6 home runs. It's 16-4, folks. Now Robinson will bounce one to English, playing off the bag, flipping to Lewis, and the side is retired. 10 runs come across in the 6th and 7th, 5 runs each as we go to the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by the Northwest Texas Healthcare System. Make Northwest Texas Healthcare System your hospital. Bottom 7 up next. Bottom of the 7th inning. Now 16-4, time for a Williams window cleaning schedule update. We're here against Springfield, then we go on a 2-weeker, starting with Midland and then Corpus Christi. 16-4, D'Alessandro comes up with Bertel on the mound. And this has been history in the making for the Springfield Cardinals. Nick D'Alessandro has a double and a run scored. He's first pitch swinging and fouling it away, 0-1. So Chandler Redmond sets the team record with 8 RBIs. Also just the 3rd ever time in team history with 3 home runs in a regular season game. Nolan Gorman and Nick Plummer became the first 2 to do that last year, and now Redmond joins elite company. Now 0-2 to D'Alessandro.
And the sad thing is, he's probably going to have another chance to get to 4.
0-2 pitch, sidearm delivery from Bertel. Charging on is Wynn. His throw is right there for the first out. And you have to think, Stefan, at this point, down 12 runs,
They're not going to bring in another relief arm, are they?
Well, it looks like Austin Pope is warming up in the bullpen. And if that's what they're doing, that's fine. I like the aggressive approach. That's more about keeping the relief pitchers on a consistent schedule.
first pitch to TQ. He's swinging right away, 0-1. He has an RBI single and a triple with 2 runs scored. He's certainly been the player of the game for Amarillo's offense. 0-1. Nice play by Bertel. Stabs it with his backhand, flips it to first, and that's the second out.
A lot of ground ball contact from Bertel. You saw it last inning. Started off the 6th with a ground out to Mason Wynn. Ended the 6th with a ground out to Mason Wynn. Started the 7th with a ground out to Mason Wynn. And then got Taekwon Forbes to poke one right back to him.
Now the top of the order, and Jorge Barroso will come up. First pitch. Do you remember Bertel throwing from that release point?
I don't.
I thought that he was going over top last inning. Now he's going over top. We saw this on the Cape League. Do you remember that?
Yes, we did.
So the guy would go up top for the four-seam fastball, then go down low for the breaking ball, which seems a little odd because it nearly tips your pitches. Now 2 balls and 1 strike, but Bertel finding success here against the Saudis offense in the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Barossa, ground ball, nice stab to his right by Dunn. He will throw to first for the 3rd out. 3 ground outs, 1-2-3 inning for Bertel and the Cardinals. 16-4 it stays as we move into the 8th on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and the MILB First Pitch app. Top of the 8th inning, a new Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory called the bullpen. Austin Pope, 0-1, 10.38 earned run average. He's the next reliever for the Saudis, and if I were to bet, Austin Pope will be the last reliever we see if it gets any more out of hand. Their first choice reliever or position player pitching would possibly be Danny Oriente or Robbie Enriquez, but Pope now facing the top of the order that is coming up for a 6th time. We're only in the 8th inning. That tells you the story, Steph.
Well, you look at the lineup from top to bottom. You have 4 players with 3+ hits. You have 6 with multi-hit games. Everybody except for Mike Antico has a hit in this game, and guess who is not leading it off? It's actually going to be a pinch hitter. So Antico will not have a hit in this game.
Aaron Antonini will be the pinch hitter batting from the left side. Pope's first pitch. Fastball low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Either way, there's no other way to go around this. You have to face Wynn and Dunn at the very least after Antonini. 1-0 pitch, 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball inside this time.
Look at that 9 home run game by Tulsa, too, in situations like this.
Pope missed his spot there with a fastball, 3 balls and no strikes. And Stefan, the story, 12 of the 16 runs belong to the bullpen. 3-0 pitch. It's a 4-pitch walk to start off the 8th.
Walks have not been a huge problem in this game. They were to some degree for Josh Green because he was missing the zone, but he did hit 2 men by pitches.
So Mason Wynn, who's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, was plunked, had an RBI and 2 runs scored, has been very involved in this game. First pitch to him. He's swinging and fouling it straight back. 0-1, 16-4, folks. Springfield having quite the performance through the first 2 games. Scored 11 in game 1, now 16 here. 27 runs. Curveball out, 1 ball and 1 strike. Last inning, Jordan Walker and Koperniak went back-to-back, and then an out separated them before Redmond hit his 3rd home run of the game in 3 straight innings, and then Turner followed him up with a home run to right. 1-1 pitch. Wynn driven to left field. He has just left the yard. The hits keep on coming for Springfield, and Mason Wynn has his 3rd extra base hit of the game, his 10th home run. This is unbelievable. A 2-run home run makes it 18-4. As we've mentioned before, Stefan, with hitters here, when you're used to going to less offensive-friendly ballparks on the road in the Texas League North, you come here to Hodgetown, and this is where averages go up. I don't think anyone expected this game, however. Nick Dunn, ground ball up the middle, and it is bobbled by Blaze Alexander. That'll result in an error. Can't get the first out.
And it's the bad news bears right now for the Sod Poodles right in this situation. Jordan Walker comes up, and now it's 7 home runs as a team. That 9 home run mark seems very possible, especially with this part of the order coming up.
How about 21 hits? They're at hit number 20. Now Jordan Walker coming up, takes the first pitch fastball. A 1 pitch. That goes all the way to the backstop. Dunn will take second base. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonah Davis is waiting on deck. D'Alessandro giving Pope some words of encouragement. Walker today has 3 runs batted in, 2 singles, a 2-run home run, and 3 runs scored. He's done everything for Springfield, as well as pretty much the rest of the lineup. Not one blemish offensively for the Cardinals in game 2. 1-1 pitch. Curveball up high, 2 balls and 1 strike, and now Walker in a favorable count could find something to drive here. Went to right field. You know he's aiming for City Hall and left. 2-1 pitch. Steady bounces it up the middle. Tawa with the backhand across the diamond. What a play by Tim Tawa. Seen that a couple of times. Robs Walker of a base hit. However, it does move over Dunn to third. That's the first out, and Matt Koperniak comes up. For Jonah Davis. Sorry, I mentioned that at first. Got ahead of myself there, but look at this play by Tim Tawa.
Great play over the middle, and this is why he looks so comfortable at second. You can imagine that it's going to be now with Blaze Alexander being back. Tawa and Stankiewicz splitting reps over at second, and Tawa playing a little bit more in the outfield to get Stankiewicz more at bats. And again, going with another lefty.
Up and out, 1 ball and no strikes. That could have been the 21st hit for Springfield.
Batting practice usually starts at 5:30 here at Hodgetown. Well, it really stopped and then continued in the 6th inning for the Springfield Cardinals.
Swing and miss there. Pitchers trying to find the stuff, but Springfield has seemingly had an answer to everything in this game. 1-1 from the stretch. Breaking ball, too high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner on third in Nick Dunn. He represents the 19th run of the game for Springfield, who have scored in every inning except the 3rd and 4th. 2-1 pitch. Davis pops it foul and out of play. And Stefan, story gets worse from there. They've scored 2 or more runs in every inning that they've played in except the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, with the 3rd and 4th being no runs. Had 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 5th, pair of 5s in the 6th and 7th, and now 2 in the 8th. And still threatening. 2-2 pitch. Slider in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pope set at his chest. 3-2 home. Davis takes it down low. He will walk, put runners on the corners with just one out. Nick Raposo is the catcher coming up.
Got to be careful with him too. It's a good pitch. Tried to give Davis something to swing low at, maybe get underneath one, but Raposo, another power threat.
And he will tip it off of D'Alessandro's shin, another bruiser. And he's limping. He has taken every hit that he could possibly take over the last 3 or so series and has stayed in there.
He deserves a round of applause, and that was on his knee.
On top of his knee with protection. I thought it went in on his shin. My bad there. And I bet that's tough to put weight on right now. The way this game's playing, would you sub him out, put somebody in?
There's no point.
0-1. But there is also no point to keep a guy who's feeling it a little bit, even if he will stay into the game on his own accord. To keep him healthy, get a little bit of rest in the back end of this game, down by 14 runs. Now the 1-1 pitch. Raposo goes down to a knee and swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners in the top of the 8th inning where Springfield leads 18-4.
You also have to look at who's on deck.
It'll be very interesting to see how Redmond deals with Sodi's pitching in the 8th. 1-2. Raposo pops it to second. Towel runs it down. So light little pop to Tawa, a little bit of speed there. But Tim has played good defense today, keeping the right side of the infield locked down. And now Chandler Redmond comes up, as you mentioned, had an RBI single in the first, a 2-run home run in the 5th inning, grand slam in the 6th, and a 7th inning solo home run. And here is what's interesting. What happened yesterday with Koperniak?
He hit for the cycle.
Chandler Redmond, if he goes yard here, would hit for the home run cycle. 0-1 pitch.
I mean, really, the stars are aligning for Chandler Redmond for a potential 4 home run game. Everything's been to the opposite field.
1-1 pitch. High drive, right field. He just did it. Chandler Redmond, 4 home runs in 4 straight innings. He just hit for the home run cycle for Springfield.
Call him up! Get him to the show!
A cycle from Koperniak yesterday and a home run cycle tonight for Chandler Redmond. This is unbelievable.
21 runs. With his 4th home run of the game, he ties the highest amount of hits here at Hodgetown this year. Unbelievable.
You knew it all the way. He knew it too, onto the berm. History, history, and more history for the Springfield Cardinals. This is a good old-fashioned blowout here at Hodgetown. Justin Turner now up. Foul ball into the seats. Remember what he did his last time up in the last inning, had a solo home run himself. One, slider low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Turner will foul it back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Stefan, I'm sorry, there's no easy way to put this. 15 runs have been scored in the last 3 innings. 5 runs each, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I'll tell you what is the common factor? 6th, 7th, and 8th. And what was the inning that we talked about in the Frisco series? The 6th inning. And you know what happens usually in the 6th inning? It's when your bullpen comes out. there's no way to tiptoe around it. It's been horrible.
Contagious, 2-2 down low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As a fan of the club, the Sod Poodles, as a broadcaster with the team, it's tough to watch. As a fan of the game of baseball, this has been remarkable. Remarkable. 3-2 payoff. Fouled off of his foot, goes off to the right side. That may be something we never see again. 3-2 home. Another foul ball. 21-4, folks. 21 hits, 21 runs for Springfield. 5 hits for Amarillo, 4 runs. With a home run cycle, plenty of home runs for Springfield. 3-2, fouled off of the foot again. How many home runs is it now, Stefan? 7? 8. 7 or 8 now?
8 home runs. Home run by Mason Wynn was number 7. Home run by Redmond was number 8.
There's not many times where you're lost for words, but now is one of them. Pope's payoff. High fly ball to left. Diaz moving into foul ground. He will run out of room by the Saudis bullpen. And I think that Chandler Redmond's now 11 runs batted in a game is going to be cemented in Springfield history. I don't think anybody will catch up to that. I say that now, but this is unbelievable what he did today. 3-2 breaking ball turned on, foul on a line and out of play. Three-two pitch. Fly ball towards left. Diaz should be able to track this one down. Yes, he will, and make the catch to end the inning. 5 more runs, a home run cycle completed by Chandler Redmond. What a game. 21-4, bottom 8 coming at you next. Springfield will go to the bullpen again. It's number 50, Griffin Roberts, on to pitch. 21-4. Tristan English up. Patel gave 2 innings. Now it's Roberts' turn. English has an RBI single, punch out and a ground out. We remember the 20-6 game for Northwest.
This is much, much worse.
This has been the most one-sided game this season, without question. 1 ball and 1 strike to English. Roberts' 1-1 pitch. English lays off of a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We just witnessed the top of the 8th inning, something we may never witness again. 1-2, English is down on strike, swinging. Good start for Griffin Roberts. A home run cycle. And Stefan now turning from one amazing group of plays to our Street Auto Group play of the game. It was Nick D'Alessandro's double in the 3rd inning, by which he later scored. Right center field gap. Did a great job there hustling. Street Toyota, a great sponsor of the Sod Poodles. Danny Oriente will pinch hit for Leandro Cedeno. Street Auto Group, Street Volkswagen, all of them. Saw John Lucky Luciano today, and it's always great to see his friendly face. 1-0 pitch, line drive off of the glove of Robinson, and Oriente may well have just had his first Hodgetown hit.
Did have a hit to the opposite field in Frisco, but that was so against what we're used to seeing from Danny Oriente. He pulled that baseball and he lined one over to third base. He's mostly an opposite field contact hitter. It's good to see him turning on one. And when his name's called, making the most of the opportunity.
Eduardo Diaz, who's bounced out twice, once into a grounded double play, has also walked. He's up again, and he is hit with a breaking ball. So runners on first and second, one out. Blaze Alexander will get another chance at the plate. Eight home runs for Springfield. Eduardo hit on the backside, wore it well, and now Blaze Alexander looking for his first hit back from injury. First pitch take up top, 1 ball and no strikes. And I love to see what I'm seeing at the guardrail of the dugout for the Sod Poodles. They're still up, they're supporting their teammates. It's a great club, great group of guys. 1-0 pitch, swing and miss. Slider away, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. 21-4, bottom of the 8th inning. Springfield leads. They're in game 2 at Hodgetown. That's that brotherhood, a team identity. You just feel for him so bad with the way it's played so far. 1-1, slider away, and Alexander will lay off of it. 2 balls and 1 strike. 32 runs for Springfield have been scored in the first game and then to 8 innings. So the first 17 innings of play for Springfield offensively has resulted in 32 runs.
Has to be the biggest margin between 2 games. They've outscored Amarillo 32-13. It's a difference of 19 runs.
Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Blaze. With 1 out, Roberts looking to strike him out. 2-2 pitch. And Blaze fouls it back. Country Outer Group foul ball. Lots of fans in white shirts dispersing near the left field gate. And Stefan, maybe this is symbolic of waving the white flag at 21-4. 2-2 pitch. Alexander takes, he's rung up for strike 3. He can't believe it. Second out. Now Tim Towell will come up.
I think with 2 strikes you have to swing there, Blaze, but it's been a frustrating night, and look, this is a team that we've said is down but never out. This one seems insurmountable, Chris. All credit where it's due, being down by 17 runs.
Towell bouncing ball to win it short. He will flip to second, and Dunn is there to cover the bag to end the inning. 21-4 it stays going into the 9th on the Sod Poodles Radio Network and the MILB first pitch out.
New pitcher out for Amarillo. It is a position player. Danny Oriente on the mound for the Sod Poodles. First pitch is over the middle of the zone versus Errol Robinson making it 0-1, 45 miles per hour there. And Chris, Robinson will bounce one over to Alexander. Backtracking, will throw to first quickly in time. 2 pitches, 1 out, doing his job. Here is what's interesting about this.
Are you about to say what I'm thinking about Oriente coming out on the mound?
No, I'm about to go back to last series. 23 runs were scored in the 6th inning or later. Let's look at this series. Right now, through 2 games, 20 runs have come in the 6th inning or later.
21.
Fly ball, hit deep to left. Is it 9? It is caught by Diaz.
So they had 4 runs from the 6th on, because they had a 2-run 9th inning, and then they've hit. Oh, from the 6th. You're right. No,
20 runs, 5-5-5, and then there was a 5-run 7th yesterday. Oh, excuse me.
There'll be 19 runs from them from the sixth inning on.
Had my math incorrect. 1-0. Bouncing ball, Alexander, backhand stab, throw to first, hard toss across the diamond. And from one shortstop to another, they're showing off the arm strength. Sod Poodles have to overcome 17 runs. Bottom of the ninth inning coming up next. Bottom of the ninth inning, and one positive thing can be salvaged if Robbie Enriquez can get a hit in this at-bat. Extend his hit streak to 21 games. At least the Sod Poodles can have that. It would be a positive 21. The negative 21, well, that's the amount of runs Springfield has scored here in game 2. They're up by 17, 21-4 your score in the bottom of the ninth. Enriquez 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a walk. First pitch swinging, he misses 0-1. Roberts leaning over, will deliver the pitch. Enriquez popped it up in foul ground. It will get out of play. Country out of group foul ball makes it 0-2.
Like you said, Stephen, if Robbie is able to get a hit here, at least you go out with one little glimmer of positivity, because there's really been nothing else positive about this game for Amarillo.
0-2 pitch. Ring him up, strike 3. Enriquez's streak will end at 20. Good pitch, he took it, and now Nick D'Alessandro will limp into the right side batter's box. He's battered and bruised, and that certainly is a strike. Good call behind the plate by Alex Nash. 2 more outs, Springfield has a 2-0 series lead. Following the conclusion of this game, we will have the Sod Poodles post-game show on News Talk 940. Break down this game, all of its intricacies, and try and turn the page. First pitch is a strike to D'Alessandro, 77. Springfield is warming another bullpen arm up.
No, they're not. They're warming up Irving Lopez. Position player.
Tap to Robinson at third. Nice throw to first will retire D'Alessandro, who has a little less speed hustling down the line, but still giving his best effort. Have to tip your cap to Nick D'Alessandro. His efforts have not gone unnoticed. Excellent, excellent, excellent work by him.
And neither can you refute Taekwon Forbes, another 2-hit day, a single and a triple, an RBI and 2 runs scored. 2 of the 4 that have come across for Amarillo. Unfortunately, it has been blemished by the rest of the game.
Forbes is given a slider. He swings and misses at 79. Taekwon's average at 254. As one runs up and in on him, and that's got to be frustrating. He'll walk over to first. Fans are still here. Despite everything else, they are still here. Forbes puts his hand up to the Cardinals bench, telling him, I know that wasn't intentional. Take a huge lead off first. No one's going to cover him. Jorge Barrosa up. First pitch, 85 outside corner, 0-1. Two more strikes and the Cardinals win it. Barrosa holds up on a high pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris, what are the scores looking like in the games throughout the league?
Not good. Frisco's leading 3-0 at home in the top of the 8th inning. Tulsa beat Midland, so that is good.
1-1, Barrosa fouls one off of himself. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Corpus won 3-0. Wichita only mustered 3 hits, and then Northwest beat the Arkansas Travelers 8-4 at Dickey-Stevens Park.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. One more pitch. The trick is done. Runs inside, gets all the way to the backstop, and Jorge Barrosa is going to get to first. Another hit by pitch, back-to-back hit by pitches, in fact. And it will bring up Tristan English with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Last thing you need is your guys bruised for the rest of the series. As Springfield has their foot on the gas, and I don't think they have any intention of letting it off offensively. And with pitching, you score 11 runs in the first game and 21 in the second game, you really have nothing to worry about.
No doubt about it. Foot on the gas, and in the 6th inning and beyond, Springfield has had their feet on Amarillo's throats. First pitch slider outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Or should we say talons? They're not birds of prey, but right now they're acting like it.
Seeing red. 1-0. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. You load up the bases. Nothing else. You can bring in some runs and maybe look like,
End on a high note.
yeah, be a little bit more proud of the score line. Trying to find the silver lining.
Right.
2-0. Strike there, 87. That may be his fastball.
I don't think, whether it's 21-20, I don't think they're going to be proud of how this has gone down. This is one of those, you just kind of wear it. English takes a strike there to make it 2-2.
And you hope that they get everything out of their system through the first 2 games. But as we mentioned before, I was excited for this series because of this reason and this reason alone. Springfield was intriguing. Springfield had a better offense this time around, and you knew they were going to hit here at Hodgetown.
2-2 pitch. English line drive, shot into right. It hangs in the air long enough to be handled by Turner. The Cardinals will win in game 2, 21-4 off of 21 hits. Amarillo only had 6. Not much else we could say, but we'll try to do our best on the Sod Poodles post-game show up next. Thank you so much for joining us on the MILB First Pitch app. We'll continue over on News Talk 940.